wanna show that again?
Not again. It's a good video though.
It was great. Let me give
Amazing
you
video.
kudos there. That is from Dwayne Stanley. So, welcome everyone to our
Nice.
second episode of the Monday Cheddar. Just a little nibble will get you through the week. Although it's Thursday, next week we're starting on Mondays.
Yes.
So,
Get
Monday
you
Cheddar.
started for the Monday week.
There you
Mondays.
go.
All the Mondays.
So, all right, welcome everyone. And on the scroller there, that is Dwayne Stanley. He is a retired veteran Navy and one of our volunteers in all of our groups, actually, and does a lot of
Yes.
our daily prayers, our spiritual, but he does a lot of videos. And so, if you go to YouTube and go to Dwayne Stanley 3742, subscribe. Now, I'm going to tell you, Dwayne and I have been working together for 2 years, and he has grown over 2,000 subscribers.
Holy cow,
So,
that's
yeah,
good.
and, this is his, like he's a volunteer, but this is full time for him,
That's
and he
amazing.
is out there scouring, the internet for videos and images of recruits actually going through recruit training if there's some available. So, check out Dwayne's,
Yes,
information.
please
So,
do.
alright, we've got Madeline here. So,
Hello.
welcome. She is our community manager at
Yes.
mondaydelivery.com. Then I am Andrew. So, welcome everyone. We're going to get into our PowerPoint in a few seconds here, but I do want to share with you a promotion we are having. If I can get all of my, here we go.
Still
So, you
working on our
guys,
tech side.
yes, we need we need a producer. Let's
Yes.
see. Oops. Now we practice this, and now it's not working.
Hmm. Isn't that always how it goes?
Always the case. So. But you guys have heard of Monday delivery, so we are having a promotion. So Monday delivery is postcards you can send to your recruits, you can send it to your candidates, you can send it to friends and families. They're
Yes.
postcards. You can add your own image. You can upload one of our awesome, amazing holiday cards and send it to boot camp. We deliver the recruit training Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then the rest of them we just send through the mail, but we do it for
Yes.
you. But if you text holiday to 205-608-3462. 5 people are gonna get unlimited cards for the whole year of 2023.
Yay.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of cards, actually.
So, it'll be see how many they
You
actually.
can send it to all your family.
That's right. So, alright. So, let me get rid of that right quick. So, definitely go to mondaydelivery.com and send some postcards. So,
Yes.
and I wanna show you. So, here's our studio. Which Madeline's not
Hello.
here because
Not
the
here today.
weather yeah, the weather is not good here in DC, so she stayed
No.
at home.
Ice and rain on the roads. Not
Yeah,
fun.
so but I came in, so I live
Yes.
closer, I can take the train. Oh, there was the, Monday delivery image. So, alright, welcome everyone to the Monday Cheddar, and today we are gonna be talking about see, there's that background we were looking for, so let me get rid of
You'll
that. So
find it
today
eventually.
there we go. Today, we're going to be talking about military benefits and resources.
Yes.
Next week, on the 19th, we're going to be talking about basically surviving recruit training as a family member.
Oh, yes. That's a big one.
So, for you not for use for y'all that's not familiar with Madeline and I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I'm the CEO and founder of Monday Delivery, and have been working, like I said, with Dwayne for 2 years on our support groups. We have one for all the branches. So, just really trying to provide that strength and encouragement to the families that have recruits at boot camp. And then, Madeline,
Yes.
what's your
Yes.
short bio?
So I'm Madeline Beardsley. I am the daughter of a Green Beret Army soldier. He was in Special Forces. And so I know a lot about the military life. I am now the community manager at Monday Delivery, helping Andrew out on the social media side, on all the Facebook groups, Instagram, just keeping in contact with everyone, keeping the groups up to date. We're doing a Christmas scavenger hunt today. So if you're there, I am there.
Yeah, that's
Virtual
right.
scavenger hunt. Join us if you want to. We're gonna have some fun prizes and just keeping the community together. So
Yeah, I love those scavenger hunts. So what she does is she puts something up every hour for you to
yes.
find that will remind you of your recruit. So what was your recruit's favorite? Well, I don't know. Which ones have you put up yet? I don't
So
wanna
right
give
now
away.
we are on ornament, Christmas ornament, and bonus points
Alright.
if you have the recruit's name, and Christmas stockings. And we've had some really good
Oh,
stockings, so I'm excited.
alright. So we're doing it in all the groups, so it doesn't matter what branch you're in, and,
Correct.
the scroller at the bottom is our podcast website. So Monday dash cheddar dot dash podcast. You can just go to Monday Delivery and click on podcast. The recordings are going to be there right now. It's just live, and then we'll replace it with the recording, so you can go back and
Yes.
look at these. You can go to our YouTube page and all of that. So we are a faith-based group. Doesn't mean you have to have our faith and all of that, but we are going to start out with a prayer today.
Yes.
Madeline, I was going to ask you, but I'll do it since I didn't prep you.
Sounds good.
So if you want to join us in prayer, that would be great. Dear Father, thank you so much for bringing us together. Thank you for these family members, these spouses, sons, daughters, grandparents that have recruits at boot camp or officers candidate school, or maybe they're already deployed. They're out there in active duty service, Lord. We just ask you to keep us safe, especially through these holidays where we know a lot of military people are alone, a lot of veterans are alone. We just ask for your guidance and let these family members know their recruits are in good hands, that the military has been doing this for quite a while. And we know that you're there with the recruits and with our veterans and our active duty service members. Be with us today so your words come through, that we can help guide and give best practices to the families on recruit training and the military. In your name, amen. All right.
Amen.
Thank
I'll
you.
just remind everyone real quick too. We see the comments coming in, so leave any questions you have. We'll try to get to them at the end of our presentation.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. I don't know what the Facebook use says. Can we send checks? Um, we do actually have nothing to do with money, but we do have a Veterans Day postcard program going on where you can actually send a postcard, holiday postcard, to a deployed service member. And we're working with troopster.org. I will pull up that link here in a minute and share that where you can go. It doesn't cost anything. Just pick one of our holiday images and
She wanted to ask, or I'm so sorry, I can't see the
oh
name.
no.
They wanted to ask about the postcards again. What's the holiday special going on?
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Let me
We'll
I'm
pull
gonna
it back up for you.
and I'm gonna pull up this link for deployed cards. So all right. So I'm going to put in the chat. A lot of you probably won't be able to see it, but I'll send this out. That's if you want to send a postcard to a deployed service member. We put it in care packages for them. And then the holiday, there's the phone number for the
Yes.
holiday
So you can
giveaway.
text holiday to the number below and you'll win unlimited postcards. Postcard credits for
Credits.
2023. There we
Right.
go.
All right. Thanks for asking that. All right. I'll just leave that up for a few minutes. All right. We're
Sure.
going to talk about military benefits and resources.
Yes.
And let's get started. Yeah, as Madeline said, please chat. She's checking that. So today's agenda, we'll go about 30 minutes. Stay in there. You can watch, the recording of this later because this is a lot of
Yes,
good information.
it is.
And just a little bit of disclosure, right, Madeline, that we don't represent DOD or
No,
any military commands. This
right.
is just us,
Exactly.
right?
Yes, just giving good advice, something we've learned from all our families and what we can know. So,
Yep. So I encourage you to go do your own homework, your own research,
yes.
get a lot of family Facebook pages and groups out there. And last week we talked a little bit about the goods and the bads about social media. So you may want to watch our OPSEC and
Yeah.
PERSEC video just to kind of get some info on that. But make sure you get reliable, credible information when you are doing your research here. And I think we are
And
one of those
as we,
resources.
yeah, as we said before, always ask admin. We have a bunch of admins on our Facebook group. Always ask us questions. We'd love to help giving any information about official sites or questions that you have where you can go to find resources.
So I'm going to actually put this right there. All right, I added there at the bottom. Um, you can go to that website if you want to send a deployed service member, and you can share that link with anybody you want to. We're trying to send out 3,000 postcards, actually. That's our goal.
Yes.
So, and we have some families. Actually, one of our Marine Corps moms put it on her company website. So
That's
that was pretty
awesome.
cool. Yeah, it
That's
was really
great.
cool. Um, so I really appreciate That's Bridget. Bridget did that for us.
Bridget,
So,
yay! Thank you,
yeah.
Bridget.
So, all right, the agenda here: emergencies,
All
delivering bad
right.
news, military payroll, benefits, health insurance, thrift savings account, education, leave dates, probably some extra stuff we throw in. A lot of information. There is no test today. Last week we kind of had a test.
Yeah.
Um, but this is a lot of information. We don't expect you to remember it. A lot of it, it just is good to know, mainly so you can ask your recruits about it once they graduate. You can kind of know a little bit about what's going on to help guide them. And so,
Yes.
our first slide, I'm going to give this over to Madeline on emergencies.
All right. So this is a big one, and we do get a lot of questions about this. So this is really important. What do you do if you have an emergency or like a death in the family? How do you reach out to your recruit to let them know? So the first call to action, let you know, you must call the Red Cross. They are the ones who are going to be the middle man between you and your recruit. They will reach out to a specific point of contact to get a hold of your recruit for you. So once you call them, you do not have to do anything. They will take care of it. They will inform you. And now there's a few ways you can submit a request online. There's a free app that you can download, and we'll have it up here. And the number, of course, to call the Red Cross.
Awesome. And this app is relatively new. I think it's called Hero Cares. And download that. And it's not just for recruit training, it's just the Red Cross, specifically
Exactly.
for military families. So the
Yes.
key is after your recruit graduates, get them to download the app as well. And there's
Correct.
I believe there's some sharing features on
Yes.
that. But as Madeline said, at recruit training, if there is a death in the family or an illness, this
Hmm.
is your first call. They will give
Yes.
you the guidance, and it's the fastest way.
Yes, exactly. Another important thing too that we always advise people is to have this sort of plan before your recruit leaves, if you can. Talk about with them, how do they want to be reached out? Do you want calls? Do you want mail? Just have that conversation with them so that you guys are prepared for these situations in case you never know. But calling the Red Cross is the number one thing to do. So
There you go. And Red Cross doesn't end at recruit training for deployment
correct.
as well. And
Yes.
again, like Madeline said, have that plan. How do they want you to deliver that news? Now, we're going to talk about the chaplain program here in a minute,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll
Yep.
throw a little bit on how you can use the chaplains as well when
Yes.
situations arise like this. So, all right, thanks, Madeline.
Yep. You're welcome.
All right, the next slide, our favorite military payday.
Payday. That's the
So,
great one.
all right, so military payday. So, as you all probably know, your recruits they do get paid at boot camp. So a lot of people don't know that,
They
but they do
do.
get paid. Military is really good. They pay you twice a month, usually on the 1st and the 15th. Now, I just actually listened to a podcast the other day about the whole getting paid early. So if you're
Mm,
in a military credit union, USAA, there's a couple of other commercial banks that they actually pay the military a couple days early. So if payday's, let's say on Friday, it's deposited on Wednesday. So it depends
okay.
on the financial institution, but definitely Navy Federal, Marine Federal, USAA, they do pay a couple of days early, so you have access to those funds. I would recommend a credit union if you're able to. Uh, you can to get Navy Federal, Marine Federal, Pentagon Federal. There's Army, Air Force, all of that. They just work a little bit better with you, especially when you're deployed, when you have situations. So that's military payday, but they do get paid at boot camp. If you went in with an account, so let's say you had Chase or Bank of America,
Yes.
and you got to boot camp, they do give you an option to keep that bank account or you can switch it over while you're there. A lot of the boot camps will have banks come in and do presentations. But I would recommend once you get out of boot camp, I would switch over to a credit union. Now, recruits may not want to hear this, but I always recommend try to get a family member on that account. Now, maybe
Yeah.
too late at boot camp, but when they get out, try to get mom, get on that account, grandma, whoever. It's
Yes.
gonna save you a lot of headaches. A lot of times, this is the first time this person has had a bank account
Hmm.
and losing their PIN number, getting a replacement for their debit card, and all of these things they're not familiar with. So I would, get on that account, especially you can move money in, move money around, help them pay for things, whatever the case may be. It doesn't have to be for a long time, but in 90 days, maybe, especially when they're deployed, I'd highly, highly recommend that. Um, if the recruit, if you're on the account and you don't see a deposit, so obviously I'm not sure where everybody is in the journey of boot camp. Some of you probably your recruits haven't left yet. But that payday, depending on when it hits, they may get to boot camp right after payday
Yep.
and they're not going to see that money deposited. The military
Right.
is excellent at back pay, usually. So that next paycheck, you'll see that double up. Now,
Mhm.
they are taking taxes out. That first couple of days at boot camp, your recruits filling out paperwork, and depending on how they do their withholdings is going to depend on how much is being held from in that bank or for taxes. So
Yes.
um, most branches hold out for uniforms and other expenses. So sometimes they'll give your recruit a stipend, $150 or 200 that they can use for hygiene and things at the exchange during that first couple of weeks before they get paid. So you may see some lower paychecks based upon that. So
Yep.
let's see. Power of attorney, we're going to talk about next. Thrift savings plan. That's kind of like our 401k in the military. And I have a slide on that. So, all right. I think that's it on pay.
I
So,
think so.
payday is always the best day. Back when I was in, they were paper checks.
Yep. Now
So
it's all new, so.
now it's all new. All right, Madeline, you've got power of
All
attorney.
right, power of attorney. Now, this list is not all the benefits included of having a power of attorney, but here's a few specific things that really why you might want to have that power of attorney. Again, you can have a general, a special, or limited power of attorney. You can access family finances, pay taxes and receive tax refunds, receive emergency financial assistance, receive government housing, and enroll newborn children in DEERs. So,
Yep. Power of attorney is something people forget about. And
yeah,
it's really important, especially when you're deployed. So if your recruits
yeah,
at boot camp, obviously you got to be in person. You can do it via online. If you get there's certain companies that do that. But when you see your recruit or your service member the next time, I'd recommend is at least getting a general.
yeah,
That way you can sign on their behalf,
yep,
especially the spouse, even though most cases you don't need that power of attorney. But in the case of a birth, sometimes there's some situations that you get into. So
yes.
I'm not sure what a power of attorney costs, but 25 bucks, 30.
Right. And again, I think what we would remind everyone it's all about like the plan. So if they haven't left for recruit
Hmm.
training yet, just have that plan with them, sit down with them, kind of discuss what are all the things we want to take care of as much right now while you're here as we can before you leave.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you, Madeline.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. What thrift savings plan. All right.
Thrift
I'll run
savings
through this one
plan.
pretty quick.
All
Um,
right.
this is the military equivalent to a 401k, and it's really changed a lot. So if you're a recruit, I know it's kind of early looking at retiring in the military, definitely get into the weeds. I would recommend that they go to the on base admin first, try to learn everything they can there. Once they get off base, there are plenty of opportunities for financial advisors. Here, I'm quoting here to capture them. So please, please make sure that your recruit or your service member really understands the power of savings with the thrift savings plan. Now, they automatically enroll you in this. Now, I knew that used to be, but I thought they had changed it. But according to all my research last night, they do 3% of your basic pay goes into that TSP,
That's
and
great.
they do a matching up to 5%, I believe.
Good to
So
know.
with all investments is my guidance. I'm no financial guru, but I always recommend, only put in what they're matching
Yes,
because you might be able to find some other opportunities for investments that
absolutely.
pay, better than that 5% perhaps. So, but this is a TSP, so make sure that you're aware of it. Make sure you ask your recruit about it. Again, if you see some deductions on their pay, it could be this, and we're going to talk about education benefits, which also is another deduction. Now, I put this resource page on here. This is DFAS. DFAS is Defense Finance Accounting Services.
Yes.
Dot mil. Dot mil. You can go there. You can look up how much they make, how often they get paid, all
Yep.
the benefits. It is a little squirrely, I will tell you. It's government, right? So it's a lot of information.
Expect that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but this is the TSP. So, highly recommend they at least do this and then definitely get some other investments going,
Yes.
especially when they're deployed.
Yep.
So, all right, let's see what the next slide. Oh,
Ah,
this is a
this is
good
a big
one.
one. This is a really good one. Travel, that's really important. So, what are your TSA benefits for military service members? And of course, we could probably know a few. You get free luggage, you get to board first, TSA benefits. There's also a military fare class discount. And Andrew, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I hesitate to put discount, but sometimes there are discounts. So we call different fare classes. There are
Yes.
hundreds of fare classes with the airlines. One of them is MIL,
Yes.
military fare
MIL.
class. And that doesn't always have a discount, and you can't get that through Expedia, Travelocity, or anything like that. We do have a travel agency. We haven't been doing a lot of work with it, um, but you can contact me personally. You can contact Madeline. We have a couple of agents that they all they do is
Yes.
military, and we do it
Yep.
manually. And we will look up that military fare class for
Yep.
you. But the benefits of making sure it's military fare class is that it's easier for the military or the airlines to recognize that and to see those and apply those
Yes.
benefits. So let's say you
Exactly.
book a you book a trip um, and leave gets canceled. So the airlines are supposed to give a refund or at least a full credit. Now with COVID, the whole change fee has kind of gone away, but I think some airlines still try to charge that. But as a military person, you shouldn't have to pay a cancel fee as long as it's associated with official orders. So
Yeah.
official orders is leave, vacation, all right? Spouses also qualify and
Yes, they do.
traveling companions. So
They
if you're a
also could
service
qualify.
member, yeah, if they're flying to Hawaii and they're taking best friend and mom and sister, everybody qualifies for those discounts. So
Yes.
there's
The
some ins
important
and
thing is
outs.
making sure to clarify it is MIL. Make sure that's
Yep.
on there. That really helps smooth things.
Yeah, it
And
really does.
also, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say we got our resource pages down here, so you can check out that to go over any information that we didn't cover, and then our holiday for the heroes.
Yep, holidayfortheheroes.org. Now my friend Ed owns this and he started this, gosh, 3 years ago. And
Wow.
we do all the his we're the agent for him.
Yes,
He gets donations and gives tickets away to military pe active duty that are flying home for the
that's
holidays.
amazing. That's so
So,
good. Oh,
I I mean, I put this up because it's real and it's going on
yes.
right now.
Yep.
So, if your family member, if your recruit's gonna be flying home or they're already after the fact they've graduated, and they need a ticket home. I can't guarantee it. It's all kind of based on funding, but Ed
Mhm.
does his best. Amanda is the travel agent that works with him, and I know they just got a big donation the other day. So amazing. I can't even. I don't even know how many tickets he's done. I know 400 or 500 tickets that
That's
he's
amazing.
funded. So holidayfortheheroes.org. At least you can get in line um,
Yes. Please
for a
check it
ticket.
out.
So all right, that's travel, 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 travel. And our next slide. I better take this one, Madeline.
All right, education benefits.
Have you used any education benefits from your dad? Have you?
Not me. I believe my younger sisters will. I didn't need to, but they probably will as they're looking at colleges.
Okay. So I'll skip ahead to just that point. Military
All right.
education benefits can be transferred to spouse and dependents.
Yes, they
Now,
can.
based upon the branch, there are some criterias. And I'm not going to go into them because I don't know them. I do know, like the Air Force, you have to be in 6 years. I think I can't. There's a criteria on length of
Okay.
service,
Yeah.
but they can be transferred. So your recruit at boot camp, they will sign up for what we call the GI Bill or the 9/11 GI Bill. So in that first
Yes.
72 hours of chaos, somewhere they're going to be offered to sign up for these education benefits. Now, it's not the
Yes.
end all if they don't get signed up, but that is where you initially sign up for your education benefits. It's much
Correct.
smoother. You pay $100. I have it written on here for 12 months. I thought it was
There you go.
200, but $100 to receive those benefits. Once you pay for that, that's it.
Yep.
and you get those benefits up to 15 years. And
That's
so
great.
I had been out. I went to boot camp in 1997,
A
98,
long,
who knows?
long time
Long time
ago.
ago. And I just finished my master's degree 4 years ago, still using my I actually used the post 9/11, that's what I qualified for. So I still use that to pay for 60% of my master's degree.
That's
So
amazing.
you might wanna put a little plug in a letter to your recruit saying, "Did you sign up for your education benefits?" They just need to do it. I know they're thinking, "$100? What?" But it's the
Right.
best $1,200 you're gonna pay ever. And you're
Uh-huh.
gonna use
Yep.
those benefits after you get out of
Yes.
active duty service. While you're in, and I didn't put this up here, is called tuition assistance. That's where they can actually take classes while they're active duty, and again, that's
Yes.
free. Yeah,
Yep.
so, um,
Free. Anything free is great.
free, free, free. So I know that time flies when you're in active duty. So that 4 years, they'll be like, "Oh, I'll wait a little bit, I'll wait a little bit," which, they probably need to get acclimated a little bit, but I encourage them to at least start taking some classes. Um,
Yes.
we don't always have to get a college degree, but, there is a benefit of getting like, you just got your real estate certification and
I
license.
did. Yeah, still doing education. It's great once you're out and you don't think that you will. I didn't think I would, and all of a sudden one day I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna do it." So, it's all about that future plan.
Yeah, the future plan, and
Yes.
this is just too good to turn down. Um, Reservist, they are eligible. There's a little bit I'm not too familiar with reservist, but there is. You can go to the website there, va.gov, education eligibility. And then I put MICA up. MICA is kind of a hidden treasure for spouses. So if there's any spouses on here, this is, again, free money that pays for training. This is more something very specific that you want to do. And there are a lot of programs out there that are MICA qualified. And so I'd
Yes.
encourage any spouse to look up that MICA. So, any questions on education? Anybody? I know you're watching the chat.
Watching, haven't seen anything yet, but again, our resources, check the resources page just so you can clarify, look through more questions and answers. And if you do have more questions, let us know because we'd love to reach out and walk you through
Absolutely.
it.
All right, Madeline, financial
Financial relief
relief.
and
This is a
support.
good one.
Another big thing, yes. So it's important to know every branch has a financial relief and support benefit. And I believe, as you said, Andrew, each one has different um, they have different kinds of resources, but it's important to check out your specific branch. Of course, the Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, Army Emergency Relief, and Coast Guard Mutual Assistance. We have those listed there and the websites as well for you to go and check just to see what is offered to you and your specific branch.
Awesome. Yep. And I've used Navy Marine Corps relief back when I
Yes.
was a corporal or lance corporal. A lot of travel. So, in case there is a death in the
Yep.
family or an emergency, you go in there. They'll either give you a loan interest
Yes.
free, or they will give you a grant for a ticket, and often they'll just do it right there, on the spot
Yep.
if you need a ticket. So reach out. They have a whole assortment of benefits, as Madeline said,
Yes. Yep.
and so reach out if you want to donate. I know they're always looking for donations. So
Absolutely, which is always a great help. I do
yep,
see a question here, I believe from the previous slide. If the recruits didn't sign up for education at onset, can they after boot camp?
they can just have them do it ASAP. So when they get to that next, I don't know what branch they're in, but just make sure they get into their uh, admin and just say, "Hey, I didn't get signed up for my education benefits." So don't panic. They can still get in it. It's a little bit different of a sign up process. But yes, that's my answer.
Yes. Thank
So
you for the question.
um, there is actually a lot of ways to sign up for it. They've changed so much, but the number one way is to get there at boot camp,
Yes.
because that's when it's the cheapest to sign up for. But yeah, since they're new, they're going to be able to get that. So thanks for that question.
Yes.
All right, spiritual and religion. I snuck this one in at the last second. Um, so the military, and there is a lot of history on the chaplaincy program.
Yes.
Back in Continental Congress, 1775, how chaplains were created and implemented into the services.
Yep.
but 3 United States Chaplain Corps. It's Army, Navy, and Air Force. Each has a chaplain corps, with Navy chaplains also assigned to serve the Marine Corps and the Coast Guard units. And so I just can't say enough about the chaplains, what they do for our military,
Yes.
from on base to deployed. Every time you get deployed, there's a chaplain out there on that ship that's
Yep.
gonna help at recruit training. There are chaplains right there that your recruits can reach out to, and especially when we're coming to mental health and loneliness
Yes.
and being separated
Yep.
from loved ones, the chaplain's, a good resource, and I know sometimes it's a sign of weakness, to be able to have to reach out, like, you need to talk to the chaplain, but I'm telling you, anymore, the branches have gotten really, really good, especially at that recruit level, but once they get here's my recommendation, once you get to your duty station, when I say duty station, your first assignment, all right? Find out where the chaplain is, and if they do a good
Yes.
job onboarding you onto the base, they will provide that information. A lot of times, they have, newcomers, classes,
Yes.
especially
Yep.
for spouses, newlyweds, or couples. Try to take advantage of that.
Please. Yes.
Because yeah, even if you're not religious here, it's still good to get that support because that chaplain is not going to judge you on your beliefs. They
Nope.
are there to support you according to their faith. And
Right.
so, and the same with family members. If you have a question and you want to call the chaplain's office, call, even
Yes.
while they're at boot camp. Now, the beginning, we gave a big disclosure. I'm gonna give it one more time because about what I'm gonna about say is, so we're not this not an endorsement or we're not
Nope.
endorsed by the government or DoD. Um, but if you want to call the chaplain while you're recruits at boot camp, go for it. They're not
Yes.
gonna be able to connect you with them. But if you maybe received a letter that seemed like, my recruit maybe not doing so well, that chaplain will find his way over to that recruit
Yeah.
and just check on him. We won't, "Oh, your mom told me to come check on you." Nothing like that. But they will make a presence and make sure that that recruit knows that there's support for them. So, don't be afraid to call the chaplain at whatever base your recruit's at and
Yes.
going forward.
Yeah, and I think this ties in with Andrea, what you asked. What about parents? Absolutely. Please call them, call the chaplain. And I mean, because it's such an important thing at this time, especially when it's
Mhm.
maybe it's that first time they've left the house and you don't have that quick contact with them, knowing that there's someone there who can speak to them. It doesn't have to be specifically religious, it can just be a conversation. It's such an important thing to know for you too, knowing that
Mhm.
there's someone there. You don't have to stress too much, that someone
Yeah.
can be there to reach out to them and you can call them to let them know, like, hey, can you check in on them? Hey, how are they doing? Just asking your questions or reaching out to them.
Yep. Not a means of communication with your recruit,
No.
but interesting, there are 221 recognized religions in the military.
Very
So,
cool. I
I
didn't know
actually
that.
pulled up the yeah, it was 100 and some, but they just in 2017, I think,
Mhm.
increased it to 221. So,
Wow.
they're represented there. So,
Yes.
all right, and this on this really quickly, there are a lot of temptations, you know, the military is same as civilian life. There's always drinking and bad choices, and so you want to keep a pulse on that. Your service member, making sure you're in tune with anything that's out of the ordinary, and encourage him again to go see the chaplain or a mentor. And again, the services are getting really good at trying to identify, who needs some help, but there are some that kind of keep to themselves and you don't know what's going on, and so
Yes.
all right, those are all our slides.
Now, I do have a question here that's actually a good question. Will there be an
Oh,
email of the resources posted in this presentation?
all right. So, good question. If you go to the URL that I have up here, or just go to mondaydelivery.com and click on podcast,
Yes.
there's a subscribe button, and I created that specifically for the podcast. So that's a mailing list we have. And I will send out the email. I just started that 2 days ago, that list. So if you want to
Yeah.
receive these, I'll probably send them out in general emails as well. But
Yep.
sometimes we send emails out. We're not sure where you are in your recruit journey. So you can
Right.
always unsubscribe. We're trying to get better and better of like getting you off certain lists and get you on a list that's a little bit more appropriate to where you are in the
Yes.
journey. But this list will only be for the podcast. So
Yep.
mondaydelivery.com, and then you can just go to the menu, click podcast or Monday dash cheddar dash podcast. And I
Yes.
would ask you to
And
give me till the end of the day and I'll send that email out.
yes, we also we've recorded this podcast and we're recording all ours and we'll upload those again on our YouTube on mondaydelivery.com so you can watch the replay and find the links again if you pause the video. So,
And then one more shout out here. If you want to enter to win free postcards, um, text holiday to 205 608 6426. And I also want to give you this email, one more, or this website. If you want to send a postcard to a deployed service member, obviously you're not going to know who they are, but you can go to military care cards at mondaydelivery.com. All you got to do is write a message, pick an image, and hit submit. There's no cost at all
yep.
for that. You don't have to be a member of Monday Delivery. If you want to share this link with friends, churches, organizations, or if you have ideas on how we can disseminate postcards to people that need
Yes.
some inspiration, let us know. We're always looking for those opportunities to work with organizations to do that. So,
Absolutely. Reach out to us. We love hearing from you. We love going through our ideas and that's such a great way to send even if you don't know them, just to send postcards of encouragement. It's just
yeah.
such a sweet thing.
All right, so next week is Monday. It's gonna be on Monday, the
On
Monday Cheddar,
Monday.
December the 19th, surviving recruit training,
Yes.
and we are gonna it's gonna go over what it's like to get to boot camp,
Yep.
what it's like to be yelled at,
The whole
um, the
process.
whole process, and so, and we'll try to hit on, the top 3 or 4 for each branch because this is all the branches are on here,
Absolutely.
but feel free to either email myself, Andrew at Monday Delivery, or Madeline at
At Monday
mondaydelivery.com
Delivery,
if you have questions. Sometimes our
please,
emails
yep.
go to spam, so check your spam.
I'm
But
also on Facebook as Madeline Beardsley, so you can reach out to me there as well.
awesome, awesome, awesome. So I think that's all we have for today, right?
Yes, I think so.
Were we able to play our Christmas music?
Well, we can now. I hear
There
it.
we
I'm
go.
not sure.
So, and also, don't forget to check out Dwayne's. Let me give you
Yes.
that one more time. So it's just at Dwayne Stanley 3742. Tons of videos on there. I can't even imagine how many videos he has. And
It's
he
amazing.
publishes them. And we're going to try to start emailing them out, Madeline. That's something we need to work on.
Yep.
So, all right. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Yes, thank you so much, guys. I'm seeing the comments. Yes, thank you. We're so glad to get this information, and we can't wait for Monday. So
Yeah.
keep it
Monday's
up.
a big day for us. We have our Monday delivery holiday party. We're going to
Yay.
call it a party. All right.
We'll call it a party. Sure.
So, all right. Thanks, everybody, for joining. We'll see you next week on the Monday Cheddar on Monday. Thanks.
Yes. Bye.